Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're having a look at a set which is available on the 5th of September, which is Making Everyday Bright. It has some absolutely lovely images. I showed you the other day a card using the little feathers, which is a two-step stamping. And today I thought we would use this little image down here to make the most beautiful flower. So let me show you one that I did earlier. This one is done in Tranquil Tide and our blends. And you can see it just gives, with this little tiny sort of inside piece here, the most beautiful flower. And this little piece here is this new stamp set, which again is available on the 5th of September. And I think anything that's got foliage is really good. So we're going to make it today in some brown tones using a piece of the beautiful, I don't know whether you can see this, but it is actually shimmery. And it is again a new set of DSP which becomes available on the 5th of September. And I'll just sort of show you very quickly just sort of a little sneak out of this, and it's called Frosted Floral Speciality Paper. So have a look out for that one, because there are some lovely patterns, and like all our DSP, they're double-sided. So we're going to use this one because I really loved that side and I thought that that would work perfectly. So let's get started. I have prepared some of it beforehand because obviously it's going to take a little while. So we need to stamp and punch 2 of the daisies, and I've done them in soft suede. So you punch them out with the daisy punch, and you then, let's move that out of the way, and you then I sponged around part of the outside, and I'll show you some of that later on. So, and I've taken the sentiment thank you, and I've also done that one as well. Okay, so that's all we need from that set. Now let's get on to the new set, which is Making Everyday Bright. Now we need this little tiny piece down here at the bottom, which is this little floral image. It could actually be rabbit or animal ears, but you need a tiny scrap of paper and some soft suede ink, and you need to stamp out about 8 or 9. I tend to always do more, so just stamp it out. I'm only going to do a couple to just show you. And then what I did with the ones that I've got as the demonstration ones is I had some of the new shimmer paint, which again is available 5th of September, Vegas Gold. Shake it, and it's a very sort of fine sort of liquid in there. And I had some left on my sponge dauber. So all I did on a piece of cardstock was to literally just dab it across like that all over the cardstock, just getting rid of what I had. And then once it had dried, it allowed me to have something with a bit of shimmer on. So we then are going to take the little tiny punch, which is, let me see where I've put my new punch. I had it just a second ago. They always hide when you're not looking for them, don't they? Well, how extraordinary. What have I done with that? Oh, here it is. It's underneath the ink pad. Right, so this is the new little punch. And again, 5th of September, so have a look out for it. And we are going to punch out all of the little leaf parts. Now, what I did with this one is I did take my scissors and actually fussy cut round them because I didn't want all the extras These are ideal for some of the other stamps, but for this particular one we wanted it to just have the floral part, so I'm just sort of rounding it at the bottom. Okay, so we are going to then take all of these plus the Daisy Delight, and we then need to get a sponge dauber, and we need to get some of the soft suede ink, and we are going to just go across the tips more than the whole of the flower, because you don't want the whole thing, you want a little bit of variation. So just by doing the tips, and then we're going to sponge round the outside, and again just do the tip side rather than going all the way down, because most of it is going to be hidden by the second flower. So just take it round with the sponge dauber, going round on the edge like that. Okay, and then we're going to do that with all of the little tiny petals as well. So just taking the sponge dauber and just inking around the edge. It makes a huge difference because when you're putting them all together, it just gives definition to that edge, so it stands out more, and it's something that's quite easy to do. Let me see if I've done all of the other ones. I don't know whether I'm going to use all of these ones, but I always tend to do a few more, because if you do too many, you can always have the odd one or two left over. If you don't do enough, it's very frustrating when you get to the project and you're putting everything together and you just don't quite have enough. So now let's have a look at putting this together. So we are going to take this daisy and we're going to put a little bit of Tombow wet glue just in the centre, and then offset that flower so you've got one petal lining up against the other. Hold it down just for a second till it's grabbed. Okay, now this then gives us a base to work with the other little petals. So just taking the Tombow, and you just want a little tiny bit sort of on the centre part. We're going to start halfway between the two. So just going to put that one down there, press it down, and then take the next one and work our way round. Now you want to line the second one up, so let's make sure I haven't stuck this down, which I think I have done. Let's just take it up a minute. That's it, put a little bit too much Tombow on that, so let's put it down on there. So the second one, we want to just slightly overlap it, just a tad, and you're looking to line up. Let me show you. Like that. I've got a bit too much glue on here. I'm just going to put something underneath it, because otherwise it's going to be, just take this piece of scrap, put that there. Okay, so you want to line these little tiny pieces in the centre, sort of where the stamens I suppose would be, or the definition of the bottom of the petal. You want to line those up. So tiny little bit of glue, and again working round, and you want to line that up again and put that down. Taking the next one, line it up, there, next one, and literally just work your way around. But you can see that the definition, having these little stamen pieces in the centre, is really rather beautiful. And as I said, I always do more rather than less, because you can always save a couple for the next project, but if you haven't done quite enough, then you have to then stop and do it all again. So you can see I'm just doing it literally just a little bit outside. Turn it round again, and I think we'll get just one more in the centre here. So this one's going to go just across. Do I want another one there, or is that spread out enough? Yes, I am going to put one just in the centre on here, like that. And in fact I might put some of the other ones in. Let's turn this round again so I can build it up just a little bit more. So unfortunately I've stuck too much tumble on this, it's a bit frustrating. Okay, pop that down there. Now that's about right. I don't think I want any more than that on. Maybe just a couple in between to just give a little extra lift. So we'll pop one just in between on there. Like that. And to pick it up so I can have a look. So I get that one in the centre there. Do I want one in the centre? No, I don't actually. I'm just going to leave it like that because I think that's just about perfect. Okay, so we now have, I need to try and take this piece off the back where I put a little bit too much glue on. So we now have the most beautiful flower. So let's have a look at the DSP. We're going to do exactly the same round the edge because we want just a little bit of the soft suede just round the edge. Okay, and then just down the side, because it just finishes off the edge and doesn't make it quite so stark. So it's not a huge difference, but it's those little tiny details that when you've actually finished the card makes a big difference. So just working our way around. There we go. Now let's take our card base and we are going to put this onto the card base like this. So you can see the other side is absolutely gorgeous as well. Mint macaron, and not quite sure what the other colour is, but just lovely. Probably it's one of our greens. It looks a paler green, so it might even be lemon lime twister maybe, or I don't know. It's beautiful whatever it is. So we're going to put this just straight on here like this to line up as best as I can in the camera. There we go. And then we are going to put our flower in the centre, and I'm going to put it up. Do I want it on dimensionals or not? Yes, I think I am going to put it on dimensionals. So let's get some of our dimensionals out. I'm going to use the minis because I like using the minis. So put one in the centre, and then I'm just going to put some just in between on the back of the petals. So they don't come out too much. Okay, I think that's probably about right. We don't want too much on there. Take those off. I've got Tombow on my fingers now, so everything's sticking. I really like Tombow. It's my favourite glue because it allows the wiggle room, but because this is a new one, it comes out sometimes a little bit quicker than you'd probably like. So I have to be not quite so heavy-handed. I tend to be quite light-handed most of the time, but I think this time I was just a little bit heavy-handed. Okay, so we want this to, let me take the sentiment and just line it up first where I'm going to put it about there. So we want this to come in the centre like that, and then just put it down with the dimensionals. And then we're going to put the sentiment up with dimensionals as well. And let me see if I've got my, no, those are small ones. I've got some bigger ones in here. Yes, here we go. Let's put some standard ones in. We have two sizes of dimensionals, which is really good. So you've got the large size, which is quite good for doing some of the bigger things, and smaller ones for doing little small pieces. And I do use both of them. I must admit the minis are probably my favourite because they are very good for all sorts of little tiny intricate pieces. So let's get that off now. I'm just going to pop this sentiment straight down the bottom in the centre about there. That level, yeah, that's about right. Okay, so, and then we are going to use one of our beautiful faceted gems. Let me see if I can find them, which they should be in. Are they in here? I have my little thing full of gems, and I think they must be in the next one down. Let me have a quick look for you. Always comes from preparing. Now there's, yes, it has to be a faceted gem like this. These are absolutely beautiful. So we need one of the very largest ones, which is this sort of size. Now we're just going to take it off. They peel off very easily, and we're going to pop this in the centre. So you have to excuse my head because I'm going to rest it on first and then shovel it with my fingers so I can get it straight. So, and then press it down. There we are, and I think that that is absolutely beautiful. You've got the shimmer around the sides and the shimmer on the petals from the shimmer paint, the Vegas Gold, with the sponge dauber. And let me show you the other one that I did, so you have a comparison of the two. And so you've got that one like that. And you know what I've forgotten to do? I've forgotten to add those little leaves. So let's have a look. That's the punch we want, which again is a new one. And we're going to take a piece of soft suede. I've got a new one here, which is sacrilege. I should have cut it down first. So let's take, we want an odd number, so we need to have 3. So let's take the 3 out. 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay, and I think I want just a little bit of shimmer on it to just add a little bit of something. So let's take this and see if I can just put just a little tiny bit. Take it from around the lid, and I think we're just going to brush just a little bit of shimmer just around the sort of tops of the leaves, so you just have just a little bit of the gold coming through, because that I think will just add just a little bit of sparkle on it. Let's take this one, Might have to actually cut it down. So you just want it to just pick up with all the rest of that glitter and stuff that you've got on there. Take it round, and third one just a little bit. I love shimmery things, it just adds, as long as you don't overdo it. Bling is beautiful, but it can be a little bit over the top, so I tend to just put little sort of accents on, because I think little accents just add a beautiful touch. So let's have a look at this. Put the lid on before I spill it everywhere. Okay, so we're going to put this down in there like that, and we're going to put another one in like that. I think two is probably enough. I might, yes, that like that I think will look beautiful. So there we are. I'm not going to put those ones down, but you can now see the difference between the two ones, a slightly sort of vintage one in the soft suede and this one in the tranquil tide. So thank you so much for watching me, and I do look forward to seeing you again. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, because I do post regularly. Thank you so much. Bye bye.